All right, chat. Welcome to the second podcast of Behind the Sams. Last week, as you guys know, we had the awesome Tecma, known for his Tecma Classic and his new affiliation with the Blessed Esports organization. And this week we have the one and only Overstrand, also very popular in the scene, and also a new member of the Blessed Esports team. But we'll talk about that a little bit later in the podcast and how that affects him as a streamer and everything that he does. So I guess the best way to first start this off is, where did the name Overstrand come from, and how did you come up with that?
Oh, that's an interesting one. Honestly, it's just one of those like young childhood things. Back in Roblox days, actually, I made an account when I was like 7 years old with a bit of a friend, and we just came up with a name. I don't remember the specifics about it, but I've always been someone after like a really like cool, simple, not too big of a name, no like numbers and stuff like that. And I guess that just kind of came from it, and I was like, you know what, this is awesome. So I just went with it. Nothing like big of a story behind it, but yeah.
It's really catchy. Like, the name Overstrand is really catchy, and I love the simplicity of it as well. It's so like straightforward and clean, and that's kind of like what you want, especially nowadays. Like, the cleaner the name, the better it is overall.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
One of the reasons why we do these podcasts and why I started doing these podcasts is I feel like a lot of people don't know streamers on a personal level. Like, I think, and I remember me and you talking about this last week, but people start forgetting that streamers are human beings just like them.
Yeah.
And you guys, we have responsibilities, we have chores, bills to pay, quotas to meet. Do you know what I mean? And it's just important that, like, there are people that say bad things and stuff out there, but it's also to respect streamers and people like yourself, professionals, as a professional. You know what I mean? Because it helps you do your job a lot better and everything else. So we will try and not dig too deep, but dig deep enough to the point where people can actually get to know you as a person.
Definitely.
The next question I had for you was, so you're obviously an American. You're now living here in OCE and playing in OCE.
Yeah.
What brought about that change? How did Overstrand end up in OCE?
Good question. That has all come around because of my dad's work. He's an engineer, and we traveled quite a bit. We've traveled quite a bit from that, but it was at like a very young age, around, I think it was like, I don't know, 3, 4, but we ended up traveling quite a bit, and we were in Germany at the time, and we had a choice to either go, I'm not really sure what happened, but issues with like our visa or something. We had a choice to go back to South Carolina, which is where I grew up with, or go to Australia. I don't know why Australia was an option, but we decided to take it. And then it's just been like year after year, we like just kept extending that until now. We just recently got our citizenship here. So
nice, congratulations.
Yeah, no, thank you. So I've been living here for like 13 years now. So quite a while of my life. So yeah.
So Australia is it for you guys? This is where you guys are chilling?
Yeah, this is where we're chilling. Basically home for me. But I still call back in America back home, because it's we do have a lot of family and stuff over there. So,
Of course.
yeah. I mean, they've got the Mexican food, like, you know, they have good Mexican food. Like,
they've got the genuine Mexican food. As
free refills, like, you know, what else do you want? You know,
they have extra large sizes, as opposed to us where we stop at large. Especially at McDonald's.
Yeah, true.
How do you feel like streaming? Why did streaming become a career from you? Like, how did that start?
Streaming was all from. It all came about because it was just more of a hobby for me. Like, I enjoyed watching streamers and content creators, and that was just something I watched a lot back when Fortnite was like just kind of coming out, and I was heavily into Overwatch in those days. Playing with my older brother as well. We were doing like a lot of Overwatch, had a bit of our team set. And I just watched like a lot of streamers and YouTubers, and I guess it was slowly starting to become the big thing like esports and gaming and stuff like that. And I was like, might as well give it a try. Like I realized that I was like, I'm decent at games, and I came into it because I'm like, oh, I'm decent at the game. I think people would like that. Later down the line, I realized that streaming is way bigger than that and way different than that, and my intentions have changed over time. But originally, I was like, I'm an average gamer. I enjoy talking with people, and I enjoy having that kind of connection. And so I started a few streams. Like, I think my first couple streams were Overwatch, and then that slowly turned into Fortnite, and then streamed that for over 2 years now. So quite a while.
So all up, how many years have you put into streaming up to this point?
It's basically 2 years and like a few months. Probably no more than 2.5 years in total. So just over 2 years.
Do you have like a role model or someone you look up to in the streaming industry? Someone, no, I want to say to be like everybody wants to be their own unique person, but is there someone specifically who you see and watch and you think, wow, I really like this person's stream, the way they do things. I hope my stream is similar in some way.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I really like Courage JD.
Yeah,
I've watched a lot of his, and like, mad respect for him with the commentary and with like like his motto of don't take part but take over was really impactful. Where it's like, don't just be a streamer like everyone else is, but be unique and take over, be a part of everything, and be the best that you can in that. And even his whole like mentality of things, where it's like, he's like a little bit overweight, but he like makes fun of that all the time. And he's like, it's part of the humor, it's part of the jokes. Like, he doesn't take himself too seriously. Yeah. And I think that's just such a cool thing, just to be able to go in and be like, cool, people are going to have their own opinions. It's sort of that haters are going to hate, but it's like, go out there and do the best you can and enjoy that.
Yeah, so, there's no doubt that Courage definitely made an impact in the scene. Like, I personally look up to Courage as well. He's like one of the first people I watched, and I was like, dude, I really like the way this guy does his thing, and how the same thing as you. Like, he's a bit overweight, but he makes it content. It's content for him to be a bit overweight,
Definitely, yeah.
And, look at him now. He's driving around the Lamborghinis. He's
I know, his Lamborghini custom.
It's so good. All right, so Blessed. Congratulations on that, first of all.
Thank you.
That was absolutely awesome. Massive thing to do. Blessed Esports is a very respected esports organization in the community, and there's no doubt they've done an awesome job up to today with everything that they've achieved. How did that come about? Did you reach out to them? Did they come to you? How did you being in an org all come together?
I reached out to them. First of all, I think a few people were asking about that as well on my stream. But I guess I've known a few of the people on Blessed, but that came about because I was originally in INF, which was Influence Gaming. They had, they're like a heavily like community based and stuff, which was really cool because it's more like a family towards the end. But I was like, I just kind of wanted to step out, and I was like, just on a limb, I was just about to go on a camp for the weekend, and I was like, I just wanted to see what kind of teams were available, and I was just kind of I was more curious about how they recruited people, and so I was like, I was really into Blessed because I knew people like Spaxra and Tekmar and a bunch of those, pro players, Ronan, Tui, and stuff like that. A few of them have like come into my stream or whatnot, but I've known a lot of the members in the team, and I've realized that it's a pretty big team in itself, and they're growing quite rapidly. So I'm like, I just wanted to see if I could kind of hop on that train a little bit. And yeah, I reached out to them, and they're like, hey, we'll turn you over to a management team or whatnot. And then it kind of just roped into this whole thing where they were pretty happy to bring me on board. And I was like, I just wasn't expecting it all. Then, when I got back from the camp, we made it into a reality, and here we are. So,
yeah, I think the biggest thing is a lot of people speak, about orgs and joining orgs and stuff like that. But I think with people like us at the level that we're at now, being part of an organization or being part of a crew is such great support, and I don't think a lot of people realize the amount of support that an organization can provide for a streamer or even a pro player. Do you know what I mean? Not just financially, but help with things, advice. You know, the biggest thing that we're always searching for is advice. No matter what we do, we're always looking for advice somewhere. So it's good to have that. It's like a parents, if anything, but in the esports community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thoughts on the new season so far?
Positive above anything. I first initial thoughts, I was like, we were live reacting to it on stream, and like first thoughts, I think everyone was just like so negative. Like, I think everyone was just like, this is terrible. We got Marauders with the LMGs now. We have, things that are like breaking the game. But then it like full flipped over, because we're all like, I guess everyone's basing their opinions off the leaks and stuff that we're now getting. Because we don't have patch notes. So, and then all the unvolting comes in with like pumps coming back, combats, and shockwaves, bouncers, all that sort of stuff. And personally, I'm like, I love the meta. I love the meta of it.
Yeah. Well, the new weapons are really balanced. I think all the weapons at the moment. It's safe to say that now, if anything, across all the seasons, this is the most balanced weapons have ever been. So combats are good, and I think it's good that they don't deal as much damage as they used to, because it doesn't make them basically an AR, SMG, and shotgun all at the same time anymore. You kind of got to use it as a shotgun. So, no, I think it's really, really good so far. The only thing I kind of hate, to be honest with you, is that the power-ups, Doom's power-ups especially, I think is a bit overpowered. But, yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I actually haven't encountered it from the receiving end. Man. I actually haven't... I don't have any bad, I guess, encounters with that. But I feel like they're well-rounded, I guess, besides that one. They're decently well-rounded, even with, like, the flight, and then the Groot's, like, ball that you could, like, heal in. I don't even know what it's called, but...
Yeah, the Groot
I guess it's, like... It's better than last season, where you had, like, infinite grapple, you had shockwave launcher, and a shotgun that would, like, one-tap you, so...
Well, I mean, now the word overpowered is basically been diminished or removed. Like, I don't feel like there's anything overpowered in the game anymore. You know what I mean? Which is good.
Yeah, except those like Stark weapons that like 50 damage per shot.
yeah, there's little things like that. But I mean, the fact that they're rare is good. But for how much longer? We'll see at the next FNCS. I mean,
yes,
we just gotta wait
would be
and
interesting
see.
To see.
What's the future like for Overstrand? What's Overstrand's future at this point?
Honestly, future is looking like, well, I guess it's more of a goal that I hope my future to be, but that's partner, which is, pretty big thing, I guess, in the streaming on Twitch. And partner I'm hoping to reach before June of next year, which I went full-time June 6th, I think it was, into this whole streaming content creation. And I'd love to see partner come around before June next year, which would be awesome. Maybe even by the end of this season. By the end of this year. But I think
you're going to do it a lot sooner than that, no doubt. Like the way you're going, you'll 100% do it so much sooner than that. Is Overstrand always gonna? Are you comfortable with your branding and stuff like that? Do you feel like Overstrand will ever change his branding, or do you think that Overstrand's exactly where you want it to be right now?
In terms of the idea of it, or in terms of
the idea of it,
like the graphics and stuff?
Just the idea of it and everything. Yeah.
I think it's in a really strong position right now. Like. The idea of, I guess, streaming now, it's developed into more of a positive environment, but more than that, it's like just a way that people can kind of come in and uplift each other and to feel comfortable in it. In a world that's so heavily toxic and negative. And it's a pretty big thing that I didn't realize. Like, my original intention of streaming wasn't that. Like I was saying before, I was like, my original intention was like, I'm an average gamer, I'm gonna go in and have some fun. But I guess from from what I've like grown up with and stuff, it's kind of turned into a bit of a streaming to spread as much positivity in a world that's like so heavily like this environment, especially Fortnite, even in like OCE, where it's like, you know, there's like so much like swearing and hate and negativity that's just happening around the area. And for me personally, like I love to kind of just to be out there, to be a lot different in that and spread that positivity. But for me, I didn't even like realize it was that big until people started like noticing, like, I have people like best mentor, like OC and stuff like that. And for me personally, I never was like I just didn't like notice that or realize that myself. Like it was just more normal to me. But yeah, it's slowly kind of enveloped and just in this environment that's just, it's so toxic. It's I guess it's just so different from what people expect. And so now it's just like I'm loving it, and I love kind of embracing that, and I guess that idea probably won't ever change, but it'll grow. And I think it will grow due to the people and due to how much the community grows. I think that idea will grow itself and spread. So
there's no doubt.
That's my goal, at least.
There's no doubt. And it's not just me, but a lot of streamers would say the same thing. It's like you bring up the word Overstrand, or you talk about yourself as a streamer, and everyone can sit there and say, there's no doubt that Overstrand is the best role model for most, if not all, young and upcoming streamers, pro players. You know, your personality, your mental discipline, your positivity, your energy that you bring to the scene, like all this stuff plays a factor. And I say to my guys all the time when they say, oh, who should I look up to? I always say, go look at Overstrand. You know, some of the big streamers now are big. Their personalities change. They start to get tilted more. Are they good role models? I don't believe so. I think there's a lot of people that share a better position as a role model than a lot of other people, and you're definitely one of those people. You know what I mean? You're definitely one of those people. All these. I think there's definitely a lot of information and a lot of good. How can I say it? Like good lessons and knowledge that young upcoming OCE or anybody globally, kids can take from your book, by no doubt at all. You know what I mean?
I do really appreciate that.
If you keep going the way you're going, there's no doubt that putting aside everything else, like being a role model, being a streamer means you're automatically a role model, and you're doing that. You're doing that better than anyone else. There's no doubt, like 110%. Your humble vibes, and especially your I want to say family friendly. I don't want to call it family friendly, but you as a person are family friendly. You're not like I can kind of tell that you're not going out of your way to be family friendly. You're just a good person, and that's why people should go to you as a teacher, if anything. My next question to you was you're all good, Ray. You're obviously a pro player, very well known in the scene. Do you have a specific training schedule or like warm up that you do off stream or on stream?
Sorry, when people say pro player, I'm like, I'll take it, but I'm not like, I wouldn't.
You're definitely up there, dude. Like, you're definitely up there, like 110%.
All right, I'll take the consistency factor in. But, but no, in terms of warm up, I've never actually had a big warm up procedure schedule in anywhere form. But I've recently been trying to form one because I've just been so motivated to actually grind competitive, especially in this season. I'm really trying to push for True FNCS, which is exciting, and a lot of the other cash cups and stuff. I would love to finish off this season with some sort of earnings, not for the sense of the money, but for the sense of a placement that I feel very comfortable with. So I'd love to kind of place that high up to kind of prove myself a little bit, because I've never kind of had that opportunity. But sorry, in terms of practice, normally that comes into play with Just a lot of creative building, occasionally creative play, creative fill, where you just go into a lobby with a bunch of people to practice like charge shotguns and stuff like that. But I believe now they're just in creative normally. So, but yeah, normally just grinding against people. Recently been doing a lot of 1v1s against players. Especially players a lot better than me. So I was 1v1ing like Looter, Chances, Skits, Squeaks and stuff like that. Some pretty big names.
Yeah.
And just kind of like reaching out to them, just be like, do you want a 1v1 to kind of warm up with that? But I'm trying to get into Kovacs, and I'm trying to get into like a healthier routine, even like physically or mentally, that I can kind of bring in, because I'm definitely lacking in that. So.
Do you have, so outside of streaming and gaming, do you have hobbies that you do? So does Overstrand, what's Overstrand's, outside of streaming, what does Overstrand do to keep fit and motivated and everything else?
Like, what do I enjoy, or like?
Yeah. Like, what do you enjoy, and do you do any sports? Do you do any form of exercise? Do you go to the gym?
I sleep, and I do a lot of tennis actually.
There you
I
go.
do enjoy tennis quite a bit. So that's a sport I've been hanging on to. But really, with this whole like streaming and taking this full time, it's been sort of like a no life mentality, kind of going into it, just with like even trying to make videos. Like that takes like 5+ hours to kind of like, record, edit, make thumbnails, everything like that. Even talking to like teams and other people off stream, and then streaming like 5 days a week. It's been pretty packed with that. But outside of that, talking with people, doing sports, doing exercise with friends. I always enjoy that. But really all my focus has just been on streaming in this. So
Fair enough. That's good. So I'd like to end on what's your stream schedule like at the moment? How often can people go and watch Overstrand?
Currently it is, I have a schedule on Discord, but roughly it's around 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Wednesdays and Sundays are off at the moment, but normally it's 1 p.m. onwards, whether that means I stream through dinner or not. It normally starts at 1 p.m.
Nice.
AST. So
nice. All right, well, guys, I'm gonna give chat a chance. I'll give you guys 30 seconds. Any questions, or I'll give you guys a minute to any questions you have for Overstrand. Spam it in chat now. Let me know what you want him to answer, and this is your moment, chat. This is your chance to ask him.
Don't overdo the questions, guys.
Yeah, don't overdo it. Oh god, I always get this. Who's your best mod?
All right. Oh wait. I don't have a best mod. I'm not gonna answer that.
I no doubt. They always ask it.
They always do. I choose my mods pretty carefully, so I respect and love all my mods. So
that was asked by _. So
yeah.
Who's your upcoming trio? Have you picked out your trio yet?
Not completely yet, but currently it's in the works. Potentially might be trioing with IW4 Fun, which he's made. I don't know if you've seen him grand finals in some of the solo FNCS. On a third, we're still looking for one and trying to find that, but still in the works.
Somebody said they like your baby cactus.
Thank you.
That is,
it's like my little
I just noticed that. Yeah, it's really good. Interesting. Super I've never seen someone have that on their stream.
When you live in your room, you gotta have some nature like coming through you. So
that's sick. I don't want to ask that because what's your favorite color?
Ooh, orange.
Orange. And do you like chicken nuggets for real?
I do like chicken nuggets for real. Yes.
All right, I'll leave it there. It's been an absolute pleasure, man. I really appreciate you coming on here and doing this.
100%, dude.
We've recorded the whole thing, so hopefully it'll be up on YouTube by Monday morning, the latest. So if you want to go back and watch it, and everyone in Overstrands chat or mine, if you guys want to ever re-watch this and cringe a little, you know exactly where to go. And if you want to check out Overstrands Twitch page, it's twitch.tv/Overstrand, OVERSTRAND. So I will spam that in my chat as well, so you guys can go check him out. I think he's going to continue. You're still streaming after this, correct?
Yeah, for probably 30 minutes to another hour.
Yeah, sweet. So if you guys want to check him out, you know exactly where to go. Dude, again, I appreciate it so much, man. Thank you for hanging out with me today.
Yeah, no, thank you for being like, I've never done something like this. It's been awesome just to have some chats and stuff. And I love even times in the future, dude. Hook me up. I'm down.
Yeah. we will definitely meet more often in the future, hopefully.
Yes.
All right.
100%. Thank you so much, Samz.
No worries. Thanks a lot, Overstrand. Have a good night, bro. See ya.
All right. See ya.
I got a little bit, I'm on mine. Tell me what's on yours. I got two feelings about my finesse, but I drop it all. I'm trying my best to wake up and